Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to work on a challenge which is available on frontendmentor.io. So if you go on the website, you can practice code on a number of these free challenges. This one is the free one, and it's called Interactive Rating Component. And I think it's a really great website to practice code if you're a new developer like myself. In this project, we have to create this component rating component where users can interact with the component and submit their rating. So I've already downloaded the Figma files, which is here, and this is the default component. We can call it card when you load up the application, and once you submit your rating, you get a confirmation component like this, and it basically shows the rating that you selected. There's a mobile layout of it as well, but I don't think that's different from the desktop version, so I'm just going to work on the desktop version. Um, and I'm just going to put this Figma file on my second screen so that I can just keep looking at it. And for so what I've done for now is I've created a new React project, and I've just deleted the boilerplate code and added this H1 interactive rating, which you uh, can see here. So we can just start from scratch. The first thing I can do is in the source folder, by the way, you can just do this with JavaScript or React. I'm using React because why not? React is amazing, right? It's awesome. So what I can do is create a folder, component folder, where I can create the card. I can do it in app.js since it's a very small project, but yeah, I would just create a new folder and create a new file for this. So um, we can import react.js. I can create the um, function card. Now I can just create a very simple create an act2 card component here. And I can just export this. I can also import this in app.js. Import. Card component is not defined. Now it should work. See, so card component is here. So what we can do is just start with the basic styling of the component, and then we can just add the functionality once we're done with that. And so you can start from here, and I'm just going to create a number of divs so that I can just center the box and add some CSS to it. So I can create a new div. And the idea is I'm going to create two cards in the same function, and then just use the React use state hook to render to do conditional rendering of the card. So I can just I can do class name card1, create a new div. I can container and class name yeah, let's see here. Yes, this logo the text. Okay. I can also start doing the CSS. Um, so with it, I'm just going to do all of my CSS in index.css file because it's just a very small project. So I can do margin 0, padding 0, and border box. Sorry, box sizing, do border box. Okay. Um, can also do a class name here. Class name to an app, and I can do, so I just want to change the background color. Let's red for now. I want the height to be 100 view edge. Yeah, it looks really bad, but I'm going to fix this. Display flex. Align item center. File content center. So yeah, let's just put a border on the container so that we know where our component is. So I can just use the class name container. I'm just going to look at the Figma files. Yeah, this background color white. I'm going to get the height and the width of the components from the Figma file. So I think width is 406 pixels. Yeah, that seems fine. Border radius. I think 3 pixel would look fine. Yeah. And I would like to add some padding here. 0 and let's do yeah, that looks good. So here in the star I can add an SV. They did give us an SVG in the find. So let's see. We can do that later on. Um, so going to be, I'm just going to create a new div. This is a placeholder for now, but this will have the icon. I can do icon container. Um, I'm also going to create a container for the text, class name, uh, title container would be okay. And I can just copy the text from the Figma file. I'll also copy it here. Um, so let me just zoom in and I can copy the text. How did we? I'm going to use H1 with this. Okay. Yeah, that's I can create another div. Create a new class name. And container. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's looking fine. I think I'm going to add in a flex so just and space this evenly. Uh, so yeah, that'd be fine. Do display flex direction column and justify content space. Yeah. I can add more content. It's going to space it out evenly. So as you can see, we have these rating buttons here. So what I can do is create a new component and just put them side of those components. So I can create a new div and just call it class name rating container and and I need to create and I think I need to create a separate div for all of these ratings since it does have this light grayish background. So I think yeah, I can do that. So create a new div and inside the div I can add one and I can give it a class name of um, button wrapper. So let's see how this, yeah, and I can just repeat it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we have? Five. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more. I can just use display of X. It should work. Oh, I think I need to. Yeah, I think that works. Align item center into another justify content space. Yeah, and rating container. I can do another day for the um button. I'm going to give it a class name of Mit Camper. Yeah, I'm not. By the way, I'm. There might be a more efficient way of doing this, and this is just my way of doing it. I'm just like trying to do it as fast as I can. I'm not an expert in React or front-end development. I'm also learning. So if you have another way of doing it, let me know, and I'll be happy to um, learn learn it as well. So, but you can use this way of doing it. So now we basically have the component. We just need to style it a bit so that it matches what we have here. I have my Figma file open here. I can just grab the colors from here, and I think that would look much better right now because I just don't like this red at all. I can also change the container color. Oh, let me change the tanks as well. I think it was tanks container. Yeah, tanks container and light gray. Um, I can also change the title container one. Uh, yeah, this looks nice. So basically, in the instructions, I have the instructions open on my second monitor, and it says basically gives the font sizes and everything. So I can just follow the same font size, which is 15 pixel. Yeah, And one thing I can do right now is just import the fonts as well. So I can do it here. And the font family is Overpass. Let me just copy this. Yeah, this is the right font. Let me also style the submit wrapper. So submit wrapper. mm, Um, do width of percent. I'll get the orange color which they have. So background color. Move the border none. It does have a border radius as well. So I'm just going to add a 30 pixel border radius and also create padding. Let's say 15 px would be okay. Yeah, this looks nice. Um, and let's do cursor pointer. The only thing we need to do right now is just work on these rating buttons. So I can do that. Um, I just want to grab the background color. So it has a class button. First thing I can do is maybe add adding to it. Yeah. Play flags. Uh, line item center. Justify center and background color Just want to see what happens here. Okay, that's that's not a nice color, but I can do background color of, okay, that's that's not so bad. But that's the color codes which they've provided. So this removes the background, none, or none, color white, and I can change the font weight a bit. So the thing is, I need to do this, create a border radius of 50 so that it's completely round. And the way to do is you have to make sure that the width and height are the same size. So let's say I can do width 50, 20 px, height of 20 px. Yeah. And now I can just do border radius of 50%. Um, sorry, so the wrapper. Yeah, now it looks nice. Um, Next thing I can do is just, I think I'm just, so I can also import the SVG logo. I'm just going to grab it from the starter file. Um, and- okay, here it is. So I can create new folder images and just paste in the two switches. Don't, and I can just change the flag source. Let's see how this uh, yeah, this looks nice. And I can also do like um I need to also create like this light gray background for this. So let's do that first. Then do I think it's icon container. Container and I can change the width to with content. Yeah, and I can add a padding of in and just add a border radius of 50%, and this should be fine. Yeah, I think it looks pretty okay. I know that there's a gradient with this card component, but um, I don't think I'm going to add that gradient for now, maybe later, but I think um, this looks pretty okay. So now I also need to create this second card component. So I can just add it uh, to same file. So we paste this. As you see, we have two card components, and we can change a few things. And we don't need to create a lot of changes, but we can create a few changes. So creation container, and we can replace this star with thank you image. So import thank you on thank you dot 3G. So let me just change this. Yeah, this looks fine. I can maybe change add in CSS. So mission container reflects line and center, define content and center. Yeah. So it has this component and it tells you the number of stars you selected. So right now I'm just going to do like a placeholder text, and then um, once I'm done with that, I can just start working on this. So I can change the class name from rating. You selected 5 stars. Yeah, create a new tab for thank you. So I can do, I can still use the, I can still use the title container CSS and just add a new class name. I can just change a few things. So one, and that's exactly what it says. So yeah, thank you, and I can just place it right in the middle of it. And the last one is just the text. So it's same. I can do thank you and text. Thank you, and just be. Now I can delete all of this. I can also delete button. Yeah, this looks pretty accurate. So now what we need to do is just put this in the middle. Yeah, text center. This should work. And we do the same. I know there's a better way of doing this, and I'm just doing it as fast as I can. So uh, I think so. This looks pretty accurate. I can change the CSS of this later on once we add the functionality of it. So And now we can use the useState hook and the functionalities. Let me just import useState. So the idea is we have a useState hook, and if it's true, if the state is true, we show this card, and once we click on the button, we submit. Um, and the state changes, and we only get to see the second card component. So we can use the use state. Okay, so let's say show card 1 and set show card 1 use state. We can say like if show card 1 true, we can just all of this and otherwise you can put the card to now. I think it's working. So yeah, as you can see, the state is true. So we're just seeing this card 1, and if the state is false, we should see card number 2. So I can change the state here, and there it is. I can just see the second card. So by default, it should be set to true. Um, you can also, I think I can also create um, um, a submit handler right here. So let's do that for now. Do on click submit handler. We don't have the function yet. Let's just create the function here. Const handler. Let's just console log it first. Console.log rating submitted and sign. Let's check the inspector tools. Now, yeah, working. Okay. So once we submit and we get a create.console. Now the problem is we need to, once we hit submit, we need to change the card, as well as we need to render the number of, we also need to display the rating that was selected. So right now we just have a placeholder text. What we can do is initially we can use rating set rating use state. Let's just do 0. Mm, and instead of placeholder, we can just use state. Use selected rating star. On submit, I can also change this to set show count to false. Now it should work. Yeah, working. So let's say we select, I need to change the values here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I click on 2, hit submit. It says you selected 0 stars, which is fine. That means this is working. Let's try it again. Submit. Says you selected 4 stars out of 5. It should be button there. What I can do is I can maybe change the inner HTML. So we need to add an on click function. Yeah, I think we should add on click function on these buttons. So on click creating handler. Let me define the function here. Const creating handler. Log target. Let's see. Is it working? Yeah, the on click is working. So what I can do is I can do send rating and just change the inner HTML maybe. Yeah, I think this should work. That's so I selected, I'm just going to change this back to the default value of 0. Let's say 5. Hit submit. Says you selected 5 out of 5 stars. Select 2, submit. They selected 2 out of 5 stars. Submit. Yeah. Think it's working fine. Basically, so that was the challenge. What I can do is just do a few things with the CSS. Um, the rating, I can change the rating. Mm, let's do background now. Let me add some padding. I think I used 15px previously, but I can do 60%. Center to a margin of 0. Um, let's increase this to maybe 70%. Yeah, and border radius, I think 30px will be fine. Just need the orange color. The background. Yeah, I think this looks good. I think it matches what we have here. I think the only thing that I need to do is add this hover effect. So when you hover it, it changes color. I think the rest is fine. So um, let me just check which button I'm working on. What's the class name? So it's the submit wrapper. If it's just open Stack Overflow and just oh, I forgot the hover effect. So let me just upload. So it's the submit wrapper. Change the color. The background color of orange. I think they should be fine. Oh, Hmm. What Okay, so I think it's um I think this is fine. I just need to add the same on um these ones as well. Yeah, I think it's ATM wrapper. I think should be okay. Background color. Yeah. Now it's I think it looks good. Um I can select rating 3 and it works. So that's my solution of this challenge. It's not the most efficient way of doing it, and I'm sure there are like other ways of doing it, much better ways of doing it. But yeah, I thought I'd just try it out really quickly, and mm, it wasn't that bad, the challenge. So it was pretty easy. I mean, I just don't know how. I mean, you can use JavaScript for this, and it's even easier. It's also easy in JavaScript, but I think like I just wanted to use React for it, and think the use state hooks help a lot. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to record it, but what I'm going to do is just um, uh, push it to my GitHub repo, create a live site, and then just submit submit my solution and get some feedback from other people. So yeah, that's about it, and thank you so much.